What's up, guys? Welcome back to Brass. No, wait, that's not how we do it. we do it like this. This sounds good. All right, guys, we're getting down to brass tacks with WEAPONX.
Yes! Yes. Wait, where's the horn? I need the horn.
Shit. There's a horn around here somewhere. You put me on the spot. I'll find the horn for later. How about that?
Okay. All right. I thought, come on, man. You gotta be on top of this stuff.
I'll be on my game with the horn. We'll do some horn later. Hey, real quick, what's our topic today? And then I have a question for you. Okay.
So topic today is we're continuing on with training programming. In terms of order of importance of the different variables that you need to consider. Yeah. And today we're going to be talking about frequency and volume and mine and your views on that. And if we have time, we'll get into some other stuff like recovery and intensity techniques. But the main topics are going to be frequency and volume today.
Frequency and volume. All right, guys, we're going to get to that in a second. But first, I had a question for Derik. And I guess I'll pose it to all of you. Guys, you can comment below with what you would want. I saw both of our sponsors, True Nutrition, posted this up today. They said, if you could only choose one pill, choose one pill, would you prefer the pill that would get you shredded without doing cardio? So that's basically DMP, shredded without doing cardio.
Oh, my God. Shredded without cardio, asterisk without dying.
Yeah. Basically, they have a pill for that already. Never get injured, big legs without training them, or unlimited macros and never get fat. So you've got big legs.
You're gonna whittle it down for me.
I'm trying to figure it out. You've done pretty good at not getting hurt. Let's see, unlimited macros. You're going out to Texas Steakhouse Roadhouse or whatever today. I have a feeling Outback. You're gonna do all right with that. I would have liked to seen you a little bit leaner at the last show. So if I were your coach, I'm giving you the DMP. No, I wouldn't. No DMP.
I hate you so much right now. You ended up actually getting the right one.
Did I really?
But screw you, man.
Hey, I'll never have your shape. All right.
So my God. You know what's funny though? When I saw, so that is the one I picked, shredded without doing cardio.
Yeah.
So I mean, I typically will pretty easily maintain abs throughout the off season and good separation. So obviously, and I'm not like I don't want to say I'm not a big eater, but I'm not like the hugest eater in the world. So the green one's out, unlimited macros and never get fat. Okay. I was blessed from my mom's side of the family from a leg standpoint. Everyone on my mom's side of the family has gigantic thighs naturally.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody. So I was blessed there. And then Anastasia, my fiance, will comment / complain about my quote unquote durability throughout this whole bodybuilding. She was always like, Derik never gets hurt. He never gets sick. It sucks. And like I go and bend over to pick up a pencil and I tweak my back.
Yeah. I would take the never get injured because I'd be more likely, especially at my age. I'm getting a little bit older. I can get in decent shape. It takes some work. The big legs thing, I feel like I wouldn't want any body part that was just, well, my calves. I've got really good calves, honestly. Like
I have shitty calves. Ugh.
Like pro bodybuilders, honestly, have been like, holy shit, dude. I bet you never train them. And I'm like, yeah, that's actually true. I don't. But so I feel like I'd want to work hard for my quads, or I'd be like, you know. So I'll take the never get injured. Anyway,
my first coach that I had, his name's Gordon Falsetti. He's out of Connecticut. Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm sure you know Gordon. This dude has like baby heads on the back of his lower leg. Like apparently he used to be a cyclist when he was younger.
Wow.
And that's what he attributes the calf development to. No and I'm sure they're still just as big now as they were when I had him as a coach, when he was actually actively bodybuilding. Yeah. And he has not trained them. At that point, he said he hadn't trained them since he was like in his teens.
Wow.
And I was like, you asshole.
Yeah.
I hate you.
All right.
By the way, for our viewers, this is zero sugar Mountain Dew. This is not full sugar soda. I'm not sitting here on a bodybuilding podcast drinking 78 grams of sugar in front of you.
Before you judge him, Or judge them.
Because someone's going to
comment below.
Someone's going to comment.
So anyway, man, I'm excited to talk about this today. We got a lot of really good feedback in the last couple episodes, especially the last one. Shout out to you guys for having, watched that.
Yes, thank you.
And we got some really nice comments though too. So I thought that was cool, and I feel like people are starting to get to know WEAPONX a little bit. So it's fun.
A little bit. And I see how much you like calling me WEAPONX.
I do.
I dig it.
Wait, that's your real name, isn't it?
I guess it is now. We'll just roll with it.
All right.
Points to anyone who calls me WEAPONX in the comments.
Okay, Derik Ramar. Let's get to it.
All right.
Does your mom call you that when she's mad at you?
Derik Ramar? Oh yeah, Derik Ramar Oslan. All three names and very slowly. Every syllable is enunciated, even though there's only two in each name.
Yeah.
Luckily, I've been blessed enough that I haven't pissed her off a lot recently in the last decade, so I haven't had to hear my whole name in a while. It's been a while. Okay, so I believe in the last episode we covered the importance of load and progressive overload, mechanical tension, the importance of intensity and what that means when you're bringing that to your training sessions, and the importance of rep execution. And we shared some tips with you guys on how to nail specific body parts in terms of how you execute your movements in the gym. So, one of the most common questions that I get, and I'm sure you get, Scott, with your clients and others, is how do I bring up weak or lagging body parts, right? So, does exercise selection play a role? Yes, but on a very minor degree. Agreed. I believe that frequency is the most important. So the reason why I wanted to talk about frequency and volume in the same podcast is because they, in my opinion, I believe they tie together. So we have two different camps, I would say, right? People that say that load and progressive overload and mechanical tension is the main driver of hypertrophy. Some people say that volume is the main driver of hypertrophy. My opinion is always going to be that the more load you are able to move, the bigger your muscles are going to be, as long as your rep execution is good. However, volume does play a role to a certain degree. If you are looking to increase the volume of a specific body part, which is a great way to bring up a lagging area and probably the most common way that we all do it, I believe in increasing the volume of a specific body part through frequency as opposed to increasing the specific volume of a session. So what I mean by that is let's take a typical bro split where you're doing like one body part per session, right? Yeah. So instead of doing, okay, so you have, what would be like I haven't done a bro split in such a long time. So like what would be like chest, a stereotypical
chest?
So chest Monday,
back,
yep,
legs, shoulders, arms,
shoulders, arms. All right. So instead of, so let's say you wanted to bring up your chest, right? Yeah. So instead of, and let's say you do 12, normally do 12 sets of chest on Monday. So instead of increasing your volume to 15 or 16 or 18 sets on your chest, why not move your shoulder day, for example, to your first chest day and then just add another chest day? Right? So that's what we're talking about when we're talking about frequency, the number of days in the week that you hit a specific body part. And furthermore, another thing that I would do is I would lower a little bit the number of sets that you're doing for chest in that first day.
Yes.
Because you're adding a second chest day. So you should have two quote unquote low volume days, but the cumulative volume over the course of the week is higher.
Dude, that's exactly how I discovered higher frequency. And it wasn't because I wanted to experiment as much as I was getting terrible shoulder tendonitis, bicep tendonitis. And I realized that I could go in the gym and I was supposed to do 4 exercises for 4 sets per exercise. I could get through those first 2 exercises, but after that, my shoulder was just feeling so rough, I couldn't do 2 more press movements. So I thought, well, what if I just did 2, and then I came back on my shoulder day and I did 2, and guess what? I did that during prep, and after the end, so I'm in low calories. It was a long prep. I dieted like that whole year almost. It was February through November. I got out of that prep, and come like December, January, I realized my chest had grown in a deficit. You know, it's like there was something to it. So then I started applying it to other areas, and eventually got to push-pull legs.
Well, with the higher frequency, you're also inducing the muscle protein synthesis process more frequently. It doesn't just continue in that one area throughout the week. There is a certain time period where that will stop for that area. So it only makes sense that if you want to bring up a certain area, you want to induce that muscle protein synthesis process physiologically more often. This is actually since you brought it up, is a good segue into the volume discussion. Now, I'm going to ask you a question about how you typically train, and I'm really hoping that you disagree with me because we think alike and we agree on a lot of things, and this has become a very friendly podcast, and I want to start some drama and animosity. So I'm hoping I can get to fight you on this. I'm going to be mad if you agree with me.
I'll try.
So when you train, like, what is a typical volume setup for a specific training session for you personally, or what you set up for your clients?
Okay, I'll say for myself, or someone like me, and when I say myself, I mean myself recovered. Right now, I'm just doing like I'm doing what I can, and I'm actually coming back together, post-COVID recovery. But
you in tip-top shape?
Yeah, me in tip-top shape. I would say, like volume, I would do 2 sets for probably about 2 exercises on chest. So probably 4 sets altogether, somewhere in there. Now, in the past, I would have done a lot more.
You agree with me?
Okay, I do. I go in, and the first thing I do is I do 6 sets of cable crossovers, and then I go to bench press. And if I don't do 9 sets, I don't feel like I'm warmed up. How about that?
All right. Well, your training is shit. No. Real quick, Lucas, Billy, welcome. Thank you guys for commenting and tuning in to our wonderful episode. So I approach, on a serious note, though, I do approach the training volume the same way that you do. It's either a top set and a back off set, or just 2 straight sets of a specific rep range. It all depends on the exercise, and it all depends on how I typically feel when I do it. I will typically do a top and a back off for the same movements every single week, and I'll typically do 2 straight sets for the same movement every single week. Now,
can I add one thing to that?
Sure.
Because you asked what about like somebody I was working with. Now, if I had somebody that was newer and they didn't know how to harness the intensity of, say, Derik Oslan, then I might have them do more sets. I might have them do 3 sets for each exercise, say, or something like that. And hey, but here's the mindset is that we would like you to be able to get the most you can out of these sets. And one day it might make sense that you only did 2 sets, but until that time, stick with 3. That's what I might tell them.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that makes sense. So now the reason why, and I'm sure you'll probably agree with this too, so the reason why I personally believe in the 2 working set model is, most people train in the sometimes 3, but usually 4. It's 4 sets of 10, 4 sets of 12, whatever, that kind of standard setup. If you are truly taking your sets to failure and bringing the intensity to the sets that are forcing an adaptation in the muscle, I don't see how neurologically you are able to continue that performance over and over again. So most people, when they know that they have 4 sets for a given movement, they are approaching they do their warm-ups, and then they're approaching that first working set not with maximum. They're not taking that to failure, not even close. They're leaving at least 2 to 3 reps in the tank because they know that they still have 3 more sets to go.
Yep.
And more than likely, the only set that they truly take to failure is the last set, because they know it's the last set for that movement. There isn't anything else. So they're going to give it everything that they have.
And they're often, you know, because I've done it too, you're often in those situations pyramiding the weight up, you know, as you go. So that, yeah, that first set is still kind of a warm up. You're not really pushing yourself to do the hardest thing you've ever done, like you said, until that final set. And after that, you're done.
So if you break it down, the only set that you did out of the 4, you're supposed to do 4 working sets. Out of the 4, the only one that actually had effective reps in it is the last one. So that's 1 out of 4 sets. In school, go ahead.
Depending on how advanced you were, right? For you or you know, an advanced guy, Scott Stevenson had said that, like, you know, when we first start out, the effective reps are going to be all the reps that you do. You know what I mean? So,
yes.
But when you get to that point, yeah, where you're more advanced, then yeah, maybe that last set, maybe the last 2 reps of that last set, you know?
Right. So that's kind of what I'm referring to. I'm not necessarily referring to the person who's kind of fresh off the couch.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm referring to those people who, you know, at least have a good amount of gym experience. So if that last set, yeah.
I was just going to say, sorry to interrupt you again.
No, go ahead.
The only reason I bring that up too is because I have run into people who are newer and then they listen to us talk. And so they're only doing the 2 sets. And they're not really getting that much out of them. You know what I mean? And it's like, that's why I mentioned, like, hey, for a newer guy, maybe doing 3 sets is a good idea. You know, it's like, I guess for someone else, maybe volume is good. So the caveat is you have to be advanced, you know? You have to.
Or at least be able to, as you said, harness your quan or channel your chi, if you will, to use a potentially Chinese medicine terminology. Shout out to Dr. Scott. To where you can bring that intensity to that set where you know that when you finished it, you took it to failure.
Yeah. Yes.
So assuming that, and you only take that 4th set to failure, that's 1 out of 4 sets that you had effective reps. That's what are you doing?
My volume was off. My gain was down. So hopefully this sounds a little bit better. I think my level.
Oh, yeah, it does actually sound better.
All right, good.
It does sound better. That's 1 out of 4 sets, though, that has effective reps in it. In school, that's 25%. That's an F.
Yeah.
That's how I look at it. As opposed to you have 2 working sets, you can approach that mentally and say, okay, I only have 2 chances to get better at this movement and progress. I need to give these 2 sets everything that I have, because once I have those 2 sets done, that's it. I got to move on. There is no saving the tank for future sets.
Yeah.
So what I guess what I'm trying to convey is, I feel like a lot of people have a lot of freaking junk volume in their workouts, and they spend a lot of time doing a lot of repetitions for various movements that are literally causing 0 novel stimulus, 0 adaptation. And if you just cut that junk volume out, not only do you get to the brass tacks of your sets, you see what I did there? Yeah. That was oh my god, that was the funniest. Damn it, don't make me laugh.
You were saying something serious too, I know.
I was on a roll. That was good though. That was worth it. Oh my god, I'm crying. But most of us work for a living, so I'm sure time is a commodity for all of us. Wouldn't it be great if you could improve the effectiveness of your session, get more gains out of it, and not spend as much time in the gym?
Yeah.
That sounds great to me.
Not ruin your joints in the process. I feel like you save your joints. You know, when I had Nick Walker on, he said that he found that he suffered less injury going to higher intensity training. People in the comments didn't understand that, and they were like, you're going to get hurt by lifting more. But no, you're lifting less repetitive reps. You know, my issues are going to be elbow tendonitis, tennis elbow, shoulder stuff. And it's just
Right,
from the
right.
repetition, that's where I get hurt. So you're going to save yourself from those things.
Break it down mathematically, right? Okay, we do high intensity, lower volume. So you do 6 sets for chest, right?
Yeah.
The bro in the gym is doing 12 sets for chest.
Yeah.
The high intensity, low volume guy only has 6 opportunities where he might get hurt, whereas the bro has 12 opportunities he might get hurt. Who's more likely and less likely to get injured?
Granted, you're lifting heavier, so heavier probably ups the ante, but if you're doing what you or I are talking about, you're using the utmost control too. It's not like you're not taking risks,
Exactly. So this is assuming good execution. Because I mean, even if you have perfect execution, you still run the risk every time you get under a weight for any movement to get hurt. Shit, my dad, when I think it was like a second year of like really, really serious weight training, he tore his rotator cuff on a warm-up set.
Oh God, yeah.
He was doing a warm-up set of flat dumbbells. He was doing 60s. Like I'm getting blood into the muscle. I'm getting the joints warm. And he did one more warm-up rep, and he started coming down, and all you heard was it sounded like someone was like tearing a piece of paper in half.
So wait a second, that was your dad, you said?
Yeah, that was my dad, yeah.
And he was warming up on the 60s. So that means he must be a strong guy too.
He's pretty, yeah. We did we worked construction together. He has his own construction business. We did hardwood floors, tiles, drywall, cabinetry, you name it. We did it. So he is in the gym strong, and I guess what the kids call functionally strong.
Yes. Yes.
He has those rock hard calloused hands that'll make you bleed if he open hand slaps you, or it's so yeah, he's a decently strong guy too. He's gonna be, I don't know if I said this on another episode, he's gonna be moving down here from up north. I'm really excited.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so I haven't, because I've only seen him one time since I moved down here to Florida.
Yeah.
In 2018, and that was like a month ago.
Okay.
So yeah, so I'm really excited for him to move down here. Anyway, I don't want to get off to.
I distract.
I can see the tangent. Yeah, I can see us veering. So anyway, two working sets per movement. If you want to improve a specific body part, increasing the frequency that you are increasing the volume by increasing the frequency that you are hitting those body parts. That's another reason why I like the push-pull leg split, because the increased frequency is built into the program.
Yeah.
If you set it up correctly, you can hit most of your body parts twice every single week. Yeah. And you have the room to do it on a lower volume approach per session, which will lead to higher accumulated volume, which will lead to, more hypertrophy, more muscle growth. So volume is important. I don't believe in higher volume per session. I believe in higher volume over the accumulation of the week, the sets that you do over the course of the week.
Yeah.
There was something else I wanted to talk about. Oh, so since we're talking about volume, volume is not just the sets, it's also the number of reps that you're doing within the set. So now I'm gonna dive into some stuff, a few topics a little bit, really quick. So there's a few things that I want to focus on. The first thing is the 2 types of hypertrophy that there are, and I know you and Dr. Scott have talked about this a lot on Muscle Minds. And then the 3 mechanisms of hypertrophy. Those 2 topics link together. I'm gonna link everything together. Okay, so we have the 2 types of muscular hypertrophy, right? We have myofibrillar, we have sarcoplasmic, right? So myofibrillar hypertrophy literally translates into increase in size of the muscle fibers. Sarcoplasmic hypertrophy literally translates into increase in size of the sarcoplasm. So myofibrillar hypertrophy is the one that we pretty much are all most familiar with and induce in the gym. That's your 5 rep to 12 rep sets, obviously with increasing in load over time, etc. So you're actually increasing the size of the actual fibers themselves.
Yeah.
Your sarcoplasmic hypertrophy happens in the higher rep ranges, so 15 plus. Sarcoplasm, for you guys that may not be familiar, is the actual fluid in the muscle cells, and that not only contains the organelles that are in the cell, but also hold all the nutrients that are coming into the cell. Couple that are really important in terms of performance would be glycogen and oxygen, right? So if you are, so this is why I believe in the 2-set schematic for your sessions, and having a top set of 6 to 8 reps, 8 to 10, 10 to 12, and then having a back off set where you lower the weight by a given percentage and go for a higher rep range, because we want to make sure that we induce myofibular hypertrophy in one set and attack sarcoplasmic hypertrophy in another. So if you're increasing the size of the sarcoplasm, yes, the muscle cell will increase due to the fluid swelling. I believe the technical term is hypertonic is the term for muscle cell swelling due to fluid.
I'll go with it. I'll take it. Even if it's not, I think it sounds good.
Sweet. Awesome. I'm making myself sound smart. So it's almost like I might know what I'm talking about. So not only does the cell increase in size, but its nutrient capacity increases in size, because the actual medium that is holding all of the nutrients of the cell increases. So the tank goes up.
Yeah.
If the tank goes up and you can hold more, in theory, on paper, you should be able to perform better because you have a bigger fuel tank to tap into.
Yeah. Okay.
And so when you're programming for your cells, guys, we want to make sure that you are attacking both types of hypertrophy. Myofibular, which is the lower rep range with a higher weight, and then the back off set where you're attacking sarcoplasmic hypertrophy with a lower weight. I usually say lower the weight 20 to 40%, and then attack a higher rep range. Try to go for, that 13, 14, 15 plus reps.
Okay. I like that.
Get stronger. The strength in progressive overload is still the name of the game, but the caveat is increasing strength in all rep ranges,
yes,
not just a couple.
I like that.
Then that brings us into the 3 mechanisms: mechanical tension, metabolic stress, muscle damage. So mechanical tension, I believe we talked about this on the last episode, the amount of force generated on a cross-sectional area of muscle. What is applying force on the muscle? The weight, the load that you move. So in short, the stronger you get, the more the bigger your muscles are going to be, plain and simple. So mechanical tension would link more to myofibular hypertrophy if we're trying to connect those two ideas and concepts together. Metabolic stress is the accumulation of metabolites in the muscle. That the metabolite accumulation happens more the longer the set goes.
Yeah.
So in short, if you're doing more reps in your set, you're going to accumulate more metabolites in the muscle. It's going to burn more. There's going to be more lactic acid, pyruvate, all of those things. And then muscle damage, you can achieve muscle damage simply by going into the gym and touching any weight for any amount of time. So let's say your normal top set for bicep curls is the 40-pound dumbbells. If you go there, you grab the 20s or 15s and curl it long enough, you're going to cause micro tears in the muscle. Okay. Now, are you creating a neuromuscular response that is telling your body that it needs to adapt and change by growing bigger and getting stronger? No. If you're doing 50% of your normal weight, then no, you are not creating an adaptation. You're just causing micro tears that your body is just going to have a response to recover from, but it's not going to change and get better. Yeah. So strength is still the name of the game. So you want to make sure that you are attacking both types of hypertrophy through all 3 mechanisms: mechanical tension, the amount of load you move; metabolic stress, also getting stronger in higher rep ranges instead of just the lower ones. And then as a result of those 2, you will create muscle damage enough to force the body to adapt.
Nice.
And this is also assuming proper recovery, proper nutrition. You're getting enough calories to actually feed the muscle and cause it to grow.
Yeah.
So all that is assumed.
Triv agrees with us. He says, absolutely couldn't agree more with you guys based on my years of training now. I've made the best progress in my recent later years following lower volume, better quality training versus a ton of volume. I feel like the key is better quality. We had somebody comment. I posted a clip of our last episode, and somebody said, no, volume is the driver of hypertrophy. Like somebody who like has like a semi-fake account, on Instagram posted this. And,
no profile picture, has like 3 followers.
Exactly. And wanted to get into it. But yeah, I have to think, my thought is this, is that because the argument is always that, well, you can't continue to get stronger.
But you can't really?
Well, my thought is what? But you can continue to do more reps?
Right. I mean, okay, you're going to turn a 2-hour workout to a 3-hour workout to a 4 to a 6 to an 8. Yeah, sure. I guess that could go on forever too. Yeah. But some point, something has to give. I think if you do it that way.
I think my response moving forward is going to be, well, when you get to the point where you can't get stronger, then start to look at other options.
Yes, exactly. Where the amount of force that your muscle can produce is moving past your connective tissue and skeletal structure's ability to actually handle that load.
Yeah.
Then you can start thinking about more volume. But I think people like Nick Walker, like Jordan Peters, myself, I think we have something to say about you can't continue to get stronger. Also, I'm pretty sure that somebody by the name of Thor just broke a deadlift record.
Did he really?
Well, like I think he did it last year, where he hit, I think it was like 1,050 pounds.
Okay.
Deadlift.
Yeah.
And he broke his own world record.
Yeah. Okay.
I think he would have something to say about not being able to get any stronger.
Okay. Yeah, that's incredible, man, to think of the amount of weight that is. What's his Chris Duffin from Kabuki Strength. He did 1,001 reps. I think 1,001 pounds for, I think it was 2 reps on deadlift, and then he got that for 3 reps on squats.
That is terrifying.
Yeah, 1,001 pounds. What's the like a heavy squat for you at these days?
Man, I don't really barbell squat. I haven't barbell squatted in a long time, just because my lower back pumps get so bad that, especially in off season, that the rest of my leg sessions are usually trash after that.
Yeah,
because I feel everything in my lower back. But the last time I like 1 or 2 repped anything was, I think my best was 650.
Okay,
and that was like a few years ago. But on the hack squat, I haven't done like a 1 or 2 repper, but like in terms of like an actual set, I can do 8 plates aside for 6 reps was my best. So, or 7 reps is my best so far.
What kind of hack do you guys have?
Man, it's an old one, and that junk is heavy. It's not like the Cybex one where the weights are lower. The load is higher, like closer to your shoulders. But it's interesting because I go on that hack squat, and I just got up to 8 plates on that. Probably like 2 months ago I did that. But if I head over to one of the other gyms here in Tampa, MI40, I get on their hack squat, and I was doing 10 plates on that like two years ago.
No kidding. Nick Wary says, I've seen Derik hit 8 reps.
Plates per side.
Oh, 8 plates per side on the hack.
Yeah.
He said that's not the smoothest.
It's not the LA Fitness hack where it's like super lubed up. Yeah. And like the angle is like, it's like damn near horizontal. So you barely feel any of the plates.
Yeah.
So yeah, mine's a little bit more upright.
Okay.
Which makes it harder.
Yeah, I'd love to see what you could get on my Body Master hack. I have down here. I'm looking at it right now. That's why I'm going like that. It's so freaking heavy, man. Like it's so like even without weight on it, it's heavy. It's got to be like 150 pounds without weight on it.
Is it a shoulder loaded one or is it a hip loaded one? Do you know what I mean by that?
It's shoulder loaded. Yeah.
Okay, so the weight's up here.
Yeah, I'd turn the camera around, but I wouldn't be able to get it situated again here. I'll send you a picture of it though.
I was gonna say the video will cut off and just go black.
Probably.
And then the whole episode's ruined, and then you'll never be able to find it again, and everyone will march to our homes with pitchforks. Where's the next episode?
Right. Well, we could be like, ask the several people that watched it live on the private Facebook group. They'll tell you all about it. We appreciate you guys hanging with us live. Derik, do we have anything else we want to mention here?
As far as the topics I wanted to cover today, no, I don't think so. If you're in Tampa, come to my gym. Shameless plug, Fam Tampa.
Nice. I want to come down there, man. I want to see the place. I only hear good things about it from Nick. Speaking of Nick here, and everybody I've known that's trained there says it's a great environment.
Thank you. We not to again veer off too far, but the main thing that we deemed as the most important is we wanted to build a gym not only that was displayed a hardcore environment, so to speak, but we also wanted to create a community where anyone who walked through our doors felt welcome. So
I like that.
Doesn't matter what race you are, what your belief systems are, religion, sexual orientation, doesn't matter. If you come in and you're ready to work, you are welcome in our facility.
But what if I like to do a lot of volume? Is that still okay?
That's a little bit too close to CrossFit than I would like to be. So me and you might have to have a talk.
All right.
Just sign our waiver and you'll be fine.
Guys, check out our awesome sponsor, True Nutrition. You can use either of our codes, WEAPONX or THINK. And of course, check out Derik's gym. You're heading off to dinner, man. You're going to go do the Ronnie Coleman Classic tonight. The classic, his like pre-Olympia meals all happened at Outback Steakhouse.
Oh, I can't wait. I'm probably gonna get the 12-ounce or 16-ounce ribeye. I'm gonna get the mac and cheese. I'm gonna have probably some asparagus because health.
Yeah.
And
a Diet Coke.
And a Diet Coke because I need to watch my girlish figure. And what else did I say I was gonna have? Oh, the bloomin' onion. Oh my God, 27 calories of amazing.
Never had a bloomin' onion. I gotta try that sometime.
They give you a special sauce to dip each piece into. That's my favorite part. Oh, it's unbelievable. But yeah, no, we're taking one of our members out. I shouldn't say member. He's actually an employee now. But he went through a little bit of a tragedy recently. His sister, who was a member of our gym, passed away recently. Oh, man. And we all went to the funeral and everything, and the memorial. Sorry. So he's having a tough time. So we just wanted to take him out to eat and just let him know that he has people around him that care about him and support him. So
that's cool.
Anastasia's probably on her way. She's probably on her way there now. So I'm gonna head out and meet them.
We got another comment. Somebody said that you sound like Phil Heath. Not that you not like your attitude, like your tone.
Like my actual voice sounds like Phil Heath?
Yeah, I don't know if I don't know if I hear it personally, but yeah, somebody said that.
I mean, it could be a subliminal message that they think I'm going to win an Olympia soon. So
that's possible. Take it,
I'll
right?
Take it. I'm going to take it.
All right. Well, appreciate your time here, man. It's always fun to hop on the mic with you and to learn something too.
Absolutely. I try to be as informative as I can. Oh, I almost went the whole episode without saying Christmas cabbage. And I was almost mad at myself. So now you can put that awesome graphic back in the video. I can give you a reason to use it.
I don't think you did this, though. I don't think you did that one.
Oh, I didn't do it at all. And I almost did it just now, and I stopped myself.
You're like, just the one hand.
I really want to put the other one up. I'm sorry, guys. I can't do the finger guns today. I'll do it next time.
All right. Well, guys, we appreciate you watching. Do us a favor, hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed, we'd love to have you along because we have, at this point, we're doing a podcast every day. How about that? Derik?
Woo!
Appreciate your time, brother.
Think Big is growing. Think Big is growing. Yes, thank you for your time, and thank you for everyone tuning in. We'll talk to you soon.